Okay, so having a look at one of these quadratic inequalities where we have two inequalities to solve at the same time. It says find algebraically the set of values of x for which, and we have x squared minus 49 is greater than 0, and 5x squared minus 31x minus 72 is also greater than 0. Now we've got a relatively nice one here that we have a difference of two squares as one of our quadratics. It's a nice one because it's the square root of 49, which is 7, and it's just x plus 7 and x minus 7. So a really, really nice one, x plus 7 and x minus 7. One that you hopefully just recognise, particularly if you are looking at this particular topic. So that gives us two solutions. We have x equals negative 7 and x equals positive 7. Now when we are looking at above 0, we are looking at two separate parts of this curve. In particular for this one, as it is a U-shaped curve, we have two values, 7 and negative 7, and we are looking at this part and this part, which leaves us with two separate inequalities. On the left there, we have all the values when x is less than negative 7. And on the right there, we have the values where x is greater than positive 7. And that's our nice one done. We now have our slightly harder one. Now I factorise quadratics like this by inspection. If you had a calculator for this, of course you could use the quadratic formula as well, but I tend to factorise using inspection. Not always the nicest, but for 72, there are, to be fair, quite a lot of factor pairs. 1 and 72, 2 and 36. This is one of those ones where you've got to test loads of them. But I'm going to try and think about if there are potentially some nicer ones, because I know that one of these numbers is going to get times by 5. And I've only got to get to 31. So I'm thinking it's probably not going to be 72 and 36 that we're going to be timesing by 5. 2 would have been quite nice, because 2 times 5 is 10, and 10 and 36, so I can get pretty close to 31. But let's jump down to some ones that we know. So 8 times 9 is 72. Are there any other nice ones? I guess we could have 6 and 12. Let's go with 8 and 9 to start with. So one of those is going to get something effective. Yeah, it does work. So 5 times 8 is 40. Take away 9 is 31. So actually sometimes just jumping and testing some is a good way to go about the question. So here I want the 8 in the other bracket and 9 in this bracket. That means 5 times 8 would give me minus 40, and then add 9 to that, and that gives me negative 31. So I get my two solutions here. I've got x is equal to negative 9 over 5, and x is equal to positive 8. Now again, for this curve, we are looking above 0. We have 8 as our larger number, and negative 9 over 5 as our smaller number. Again, we're looking above the curve, so again, we get two solutions. We get x has to be greater than 8, and x is going to be less than negative 9 over 5. So individually, that's how we would solve this. But we have two at the same time, and we want a set of values which satisfies both of them. Now, if you were to draw this, on a graphing calculator, you would see that they sort of overlap a bit. The first one, and I'm not going to be able to draw this perfectly, but the first one would be minus 7 and 7. The second one, and not worrying too much about the height or the depth that the curve goes, more just looking at the x coordinates here. Negative 9 over 5 is less than negative 7, but 8 is greater than positive 7. So it would kind of overlap and would have another curve like this, where we have the 8, and over here, the negative 9 over 5. So when we are looking at the solutions now, if we focus on this left part, we have two quadratics going through the x-axis. One's at negative 9 over 5 and one's at negative 7. Now, if it has to work for both, now one of those quadratics says x has to be less than negative 9 over 5, but the other says, okay, but x has to be less than negative 7. So numbers between -7 and -9/5 don't work for this one on the outside. So we have to pick the one that's on the outside, because all the values will work for that one. X is less than -7, well, all those values are also less than -9/5. Not the case for the numbers in between. Same approach for the one on the right. Numbers greater than 8 will fit both inequalities. If I pick 9, well, that's greater than 7 and it's greater than 8. But if I pick 7.5, that's not greater than 8. It would only work for one of them. So I have to pick the outer parts of the curve, which means that I get two solutions here. We get the one solution on the left, x has to be less than -7, and that is one of my solutions. And we get the one on the right, x has to be greater than 8, that larger number on the outside. And there is my second solution. So we get two solutions here. We're looking at two parts of the curves. There are two lines that we're interested in there, and therefore we get two solutions. A little bit different when you are looking at below 0. When you're looking at below 0, you actually look at those inner points instead, and we write that as a single inequality. But I've got another video on one of those as well. But there you go, that was looking at a quadratic inequality. We had a difference of two squares, factorising a harder quadratic. Again, I use inspection, you can use your own method if you prefer. And then piecing this all together to have a look at what happens when we are sort of restricted by one of those quadratics. If you want all 9 questions like this in one place, then grab my REVISE9 revision grids completely free. Click the link in the description, create your free account and unlock them inside Upgrade or TGMT4T. Simply head to the REVISE9 tab, select Higher or Crossover and download them instantly.